Hello everybody, I think we're streaming. Yep, I got the notifications from my email. And we are back. It is a partly sunny day. Cool but not cold. Fall, late fall, or would we say early winter? We are back. No. It is a partly sunny day. Thank you for reiterating what I just said myself. Yep, late fall, early winter. Yeah, and you'll see the sun shining right through the window here. They'll be reflecting off my face. Yeah, I love days like these. Just hanging out inside. Be nice to be out there, but you know, at this stage in my life, I'm more indoor now than I am outdoors. But maybe I'll go take the dog for a walk, you know, for a break here. But let's get going. We're still working on the painting. We put in about 7.5 hours yesterday, maybe 7 hours. I don't know. There might have been a break in there sometime. And yeah. Oh, I was gonna check the video. Check the video. Come on. Yeah. Video quality looks good so far. Sound was good as it's gonna get with my stream, and I'm sure you hear the washing machine and the dryer going on in the background, so there might be some noises later on. Don't need the heater, the small space heater on just yet, so we will not have to worry about that noise. But yeah, let's get started. We did quite a bit on the face, the head, yesterday. I'm just going around kind of, you know, tweaking a little bit, adding stuff here and there, but the bulk of it is blocked in. Actually, these, I don't know what these are here. If there's some kind of weapon, or I'm assuming some kind of weapon or air jets. The interior of these need to get worked out. So let me bring up my image, my reference image, where you Mechagodzilla. Yeah, a little bit on the interior of the mouth I need to work on. Bunch of stuff going on in the neck, just under the jaw, and the chest plate area. There's some, looks like some cables or cords, and some more highlights going on all throughout the face. The eye color needs to get in there. There's some red in, real minor amount of red in this image, a little bit of yellow. The eyes are yellow. But yeah, maybe we'll get to that today. I'm just kind of saving that for last, and just trying to get the bulk of the grays and the blues and purples in there before I start adding those details. It's always nice to have that as a finale to the work. You know, who doesn't like to see that last little bit of detail going, just to make that pop out even more. So we got our black, we got our ultramarine violet, we need our cobalt blue. Should I put the colors up here so you guys can see what I'm working with? didn't even think about that. We got our soft body Liquitex Ivory Black. I don't know if you can see that now. There we go. We got our ultramarine blue. We're putting in our cobalt blue. Just little teeny dabs. We're not going too crazy. Hey Dondrell. Hey Whisper, how are you guys doing? Yeah, I'm painting, Dondrell. I'm working on it. It's getting done. Look at that. I did a lot yesterday on the face, or the head. Really got that lower jaw done. Yeah, it's looking pretty sweet. I'm psyched to finish it. So, Whisper, are you about to go to bed? Or are you up late? I'm doing great. I was kind of being lazy getting the day started. Just because I was up late last night. Did a little gaming after the painting session, and it was a late painting session. Oh, no worries. If it helps your math. I don't suggest watching the stream if it hurts your homework. But I'm sure it won't. I usually sleep in around 2 to 3 hours. That's it? I guess younger people can do that. I mean, I still do like typically on a 5-hour sleep regimen. 5 hour a night. If I could get more sleep, I would, but I just like to do stuff and kind of get stuff done. I also like to put stuff off too, so. All right, so here is the color. The colors I am using right now. Hopefully you guys can see that. We got our ivory black. I know chat's getting in the way there, but that's all right. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Yeah, sleep is important. You don't want to burn yourself out. I know when I was younger, I kind of did that. Whoops, shoot. I was listening to something. All right. So, yeah, I want to work on these interior, whoops. This interior stuff on these big, whatever these things are here. A jetpack or laser cannons, I'm not sure. So, Whisper, is it like early evening for you or late evening? Because right now it is 1:20 p.m. here in the Midwest of America. And I think the sun is at its peak for the day for us. It's a nice, decent day. I think we need a little more blue, less purple. It's hard to say. Alright. Yeah, I like this time of day because the sun shines in through the window if it's sunny. $8 p.m. That's not too late. So that, yeah, that's I gotta remember that you guys are ahead of us, so that would be 4 hours, 16 hours, 17 hours that I am behind you guys. That's crazy. Is that 17 hours? Wait. No, 7 hours. Why am I thinking 17? I'm going the wrong way. Less than 7 hours. $17 hours, that would be crazy. I don't know, is that even possible? Well, that's the American educational system for you. I can't determine time. I was gonna say, there's no way it would be a 17-hour flight. Okay, so the problem is with the sun shining in, it is right in my eye, and I'm gonna have to move my colors. Sorry guys, I need this space. At least you got to see the colors I'm using today, or have been using for the past few days. Yeah, I was going the wrong direction. I was going, let's see, if we were going from here west to you guys, that would be a 17-hour trip. But if we go backwards, if we go east to you, that would be, what, just under 7 hours, 7.5 hours. That's pretty close to the amount of time it takes for me to get from here to Hawaii. That's where my mom grew up. She is actually born in Japan, and when she was 7, they moved to Hawaii. And that's where my mom and my dad met when he was stationed in Hawaii. And this was during the Vietnam War, that long ago. And fun fact, they went to Japan, and that was during that time. And that's where I was conceived. And then they came all the way back to the Quad Cities here in between Iowa and Illinois, where my dad's from, and that's where I was born. Yep. You do a road trip and you have a kid. And then 14 months later, my brother was born. So that's how far apart we are. And then I have a sister who is 17 years younger than me. And then a half sister who is, I think she is 3 or 4 years younger than me. So in her mid-late 40s. Okay, I think we might have the colors mixed. Actually, I want to use more of this up because I always end up using not enough, and it dries up real quick. So also the grays here, this gray, we need a little bit more. Add some water here, get these grays going, get this blue going. So yeah, from probably like let's see, the mid 90s to about the later 2000s, I've made various trips to Hawaii to visit my grandparents. My mom's mom passed away a little over 12 years ago, so I haven't been back since probably 2007 was the last time. And I really like Hawaii. I miss it. I know they are going through their own problems. They recently had that huge fire on Maui, and I think some storms, some maybe typhoons or something. Kind of torn between the idea of visiting there again and the fact that, and I know they need tourism, but a lot of tourists go there and just kind of, I don't know. I think tourism is a double-edged sword for them, and they need the money, but also they don't need the people. But I don't live there, so I can't say for sure. Everybody's different. Just like anywhere here in America, or I don't know, maybe even the world, there's a lot of homelessness. So, and I've been seeing a lot more of it here in the Midwest, so yeah, it kind of sucks. I mean, even me and my wife are on the verge of we could be homeless at any point. Just glad to have a home right now. And it would suck because we have all our animals, we have the 6 cats, and we have 1 dog. Pug Beagle mix. Sorry, I'll be doing laundry also while I'm doing this. Hey, this dried pretty fast. I'll save the folding for later. Alright, so we got our colors mixed up. Let us start painting. Yeah, I wish I could be more helpful and like helping other people. And my wife is real big on doing that, and sometimes that puts us in a position where we start to struggle a little bit. But I don't fault her for it. I try not to. But yeah, it'd be nice not to have to worry about money. I don't know, maybe it would be more worrisome if you had money, or you didn't have to worry about money. How did I miss this? Okay, so this area here, I'm surprised I haven't blocked this in yet. This whole side, I can't believe I missed it. This might be too, no, that should work. This whole side. Man, how did I miss that? That is a very interesting idea, Whisper. There are a lot of people in America that would not like that idea, because that is, I think they start to think communism when they think of, oh, not having to use money. Oh, that sounds very socialist or communist. And people here, and I'm not promoting anything as far as like any kind of social system. I mean, we deal with what we deal with here in America. It's not perfect. I'm not sure about other countries. I'm assuming most countries are capitalists, even if they are communist countries or democratic countries. Okay, I need to figure out where this stuff is. It is a problem that is way bigger than any one individual. Who knows? Maybe cryptocurrencies will take care of all that. Yeah, I think it just has to do with how people look at money. Because nowadays, I don't know how it is in Europe, but you know, we have our bank cards. I haven't really used cash for transactions, or really used cash much for transactions in a long time. I've been using my bank card, and I pretty much pay for everything that way. So I never really deal with hard currency anymore much, which is sad, because if I see somebody homeless on the side of the street and I don't have any cash, I kind of feel guilty that I can't help them out. But then we get a little distrustful of people on the streets, because there are some that they have a home and they'll go out on the street and panhandle for money, and they don't need it. And I don't know what their situation is, but that kind of ruins it for people who are out there and struggling and really do need that help from people, strangers. And then there are some, it's like you see them constantly, and it's like you just ask yourself, why can't you get out of that situation? And some, it's different reasons for different people. Some have mental health issues and they can't get off the streets, or they don't want to get the help. Some are drug users, and drug use, especially addiction, that is a that is something that, you know, people, unless you understand what it's like to be an addict, uh, it's not it's not like you could just cold turkey some of that stuff. Some people do, other people it's hard for them to ask for help. That's just my washing machine. It gets off balance. That will happen pretty frequently when I do laundry during my streams. Yeah, I don't even use. Well, I guess when you say markets, um, I I get a I have a different idea of markets. I'm assuming compared to markets in Europe, especially in the Midwest. You know, they're just like stores you go to, but I know there are markets where they're open air markets and people set up kind of like we do have like farmers markets where people set up stalls and stuff, but that's usually like once a week, like on the weekends. Yeah, I think it's where a lot where people congregate a lot more. You usually see that. Yeah, that's what I assumed you were talking about. Where, you know, cash is probably um, a thing that those people use a lot more than just electronic. But here in the states, especially the smaller states, you don't usually see that often. You might see a stand pop up here and there. They, like I said, they do the farmers market here on every Saturday during the summer season, fall season. But yeah, here we have like grocery stores, and I'm assuming you guys have grocery stores too. But it, I guess it depends on where. If it's a bigger city, you might see enclosed stores more than maybe out in the rural areas. That would be an interesting thing to experience. I mean, Iowa is a pretty huge rural, has a lot more rural, I can't say that, land. Des Moines is the state capital of Iowa. It's the largest city, I think, in Iowa. Then you have like smaller towns all around the state. Yeah, I figured you guys would have grocery stores too. Um, Open air markets would be nice. Uh, things that would those things being more common here, that would be nice. But you know, we're so trained. Oh, I can hear my wife yelling at the cat. Come here, Mar. Come here, Mar. Come here. All right, we're bringing in Marlo. I don't know if I showcased Marlo last night. This is Marlo. She's our orange female. I don't know if you could hear her. She's trouble. That's why I won't let her in here either. She'll. There's a couple plants on the floor that she might want to chow on. Are you gonna lay down, Marlo? She's the cat that has like ADHD. Not like literally, but she's like all over the place. Yep, she's already eaten the plant. Come here. Hey, hey. She's already eaten the plant. Come here. Come hang out. Yeah, she's pretty vocal. Out of all the cats she's probably in, she's sneezing all over my face. Thank you for sneezing in my face. Yeah, she's, out of all the cats we have, she's probably the most vocal right now. Aren't you? And let's clean your nose after that. Yeah, orange cats, they're typically crazy. Gotcha. I got you. Yeah, you sneezed all over my neck. Come here. Come here, you. And she's super fluffy. So I'll have cat hair all over me. No! No, leave me alone. She's fighting me. Okay. Jeez. She purrs. She's a good purr too. She's the one that typically hangs out by the door and cries. Zato is the one that'll put his paws under the door and bang on the door. Yeah, she's a big one. You's a big one, aren't you? Aren't you? You's a big one. What's wrong? You want to face me. You don't want to be facing away. You don't want to be... You camera shy? Here, I can turn around. Okay, Marlo. Alright, I don't know what to do with you, because if you go out there... If you go out the room, you're going to be whining and crying. If you stay in the room, you're going to be eating my plants. Alright, hold on a second. What you going to do? No, you can't have this one either. I got to put the plants up. Maybe she can find a spot to lay down. Okay. Yep, there's cat hair everywhere now. Hey, Marlo. Okay, she's on the little rug there now. She's on the rug. Where was I? So I think that is 3 out of the 6 cats so far that I've shown. There we go. Marlo, what are you up to now? cat hairs on my finger. Still got cat hair on my finger. Marlo, where you at? You're just too active right now. You won't be able to, you won't lay down. Yeah, she's finding a little nest in our laundry. Oh, great. Marlo, you crazy. I can hear you back there. You just sound so far away. Yeah, she's like amongst the laundry. We have some shelves where we keep all our laundry on, besides our dressers, and usually it's like the blankets and the towels and stuff. And she found a route back into it. She just sounds so far away, but it's because she's muffled. She's such a crazy cat. Marlo, who are you calling for? Yeah, she's finding a little nest. Maybe she'll fall asleep. That just means everything's gonna have cat hair on it. Like my brush has cat hair on it. And my everything's got cat hair on it. That's why I try not to let them in here, but it's hard. When my wife needs, if she's on the phones for work because she works from home, and the cats can't be crying in the background. And usually if I'm in here for hours, that's probably why they're crying, because they want me. They need some attention. And my wife can't give them that attention because she's working. Okay, I got that blue. Now there's more blue over here on this. So, I really like the sun, but it's messing with me. I can't see. There we go. Oh well, I won't know when the sun starts to go down. But now I can see my canvas a little better. This whole section is weird because it doesn't have any color in it. Not like the other side. She's still back there. I thought you were resting. Oh, here she comes. She's coming back out now. Yep, you're back out. What are you doing? Where are you? Marlo, where? It's getting too hot back there? Yep, the trouble is back. She is back out. What you gonna do? You gonna come hang out? Come here. You can sleep down there. That's fine. I got like a little footrest thing, just like a foam thing down on the floor. The cats can like sleep on that, but it's for my wife got it. It was for her feet, but she doesn't really use it. Oh yeah, that really, it's starting to create some depth there. That blue. Now this part is really dark. That's the only thing, is it's really dark, but it's a very slight hint of blue in this. I don't know if it would be better to do like a really faint glaze, but all right, we'll fill that in. And if we need to, we can always go back with more paint. Where are you at now, Marlo? What? You want out? But we were hanging out. Yeah, we were hanging out. Now you want to go back outside? You don't want to hang out with me more? No? She just jumped in the laundry basket. It's one of those stand-up laundry baskets, too. You're lucky there's stuff in there. You would have went straight to the bottom. Are you gonna sleep in the laundry basket? Yeah, it's coming together. Oh, she jumped out. She discovered that that's not what she wanted to do. She's eyeing up places that she hasn't been to yet. Yep, it happens. I mean, it's inevitable. I mean, I'll put something on, and because we have so many cats, I'll end up just having cat hair on them. The lint trap is always full. I have to constantly empty it out every load. I mean, it's not terrible, but I definitely go to work and I have a lint roller. Are you just gonna lay down there? There's a rug right there for you. You can come up here. You just won't stay still. Now she's in the water bucket for watering our plants. Doesn't have anything in it. Can you gonna slow down? It's not slow down time for you yet. Eventually she'll get into nap mode. Nap mode. You want this cat bed? You can use Zato's cat bed. That's actually a cat bed for you all. Okay. Got too many fingerprints on my iPad. I can't see anything. Come on. There we go. Well, yeah, this whole front part is kind of bluish. So when I did the initial black silhouette, I didn't fully cover it, so you can kind of see some red popping through from the background. So if I'm trying to make it more black out, I need to cover that. And that's where I could use a bigger brush, but I don't want to mess around with changing brushes, so I'm sure there's some painters that are like, you need that bigger brush. Like, do I? You can paint your brush with the bigger brush. I will stay with the teeny tiny brush and make it a lot harder on myself. I don't know, when you're doing acrylics and you're trying to get gradients, there are different methods to doing that, and I think how I do it is a lot of like small marks and cross hatching. If it's oil, that's one thing. Oil you can blend better. Do you mean using the smaller brush or the bigger brush? Because it doesn't really matter. I think it all comes down to preference. I had the idea of doing a huge canvas. Like, I have some 5 foot by 6 foot, which would be, I don't know what that would be in meters. Let's see. 5 by 6 foot. In meters. You wish to convert from feet to meters. What happened?
It does expose.
Did this just die? I don't remember hearing it. I think my earbud died. Yeah, I started listing my stuff in centimeters because you never know who's going to see your artwork, and I don't want to be put on the spot and be only using I don't know what the system is called for feet and inches. What do they call that? But I don't have a problem with the metric system. I wish we would almost kind of move over to that. So I try to use it when I can. 1 foot is 0.3 meters, 0.3048 meters. So where's my calculator? Where's my calculator? I definitely need the calculator because, come on, clear it. So 5 feet, wait, okay, times 0.30, what was it? 0.30, 0.3048, 48, 0.3048, wait, 3.0, am I screwing that up? Nope, it's 0.3, yeah, 0.3048. So 5 feet would be approximately 1.524 meters. You know, my brother and I swam when we were younger. So when you swim, they measure, well, the larger pools, they do go by meters. And then, so that's 1.5 meters by 6, which is 0.3048. 1.5 by 1.828. I'd round that down to 1.825, but you're probably losing a lot if I do that. So 1.5 by 1.8 meters. That's a pretty big canvas. Yeah, Imperial system. Of course it's got to be named Imperial. for us. Yeah, so that's a pretty big canvas. I would do that, paint something. I'd like to try to paint something, that entire surface area. Let's see. So the entire surface area, 1.5 times 1.8 would be, I think, 2.7 meters, square meters. Is that how it works? I think that's how it works. Yeah, it's a big canvas. I actually have it. It's in my garage. I got a few of them. I started painting on them. And since I didn't have a fully worked out idea, I just kind of stopped and left them with what's on there. Just like random stuff. I kind of work. I have a few different ways of creating artworks. Some I develop or work out a composition. Others I'll do like Don Drell, and you just start painting on the canvas and seeing where it takes you. I enjoy both. It's a nice balance for myself. I don't think I could do one or the other. But like stuff like this, where I started off, this whole background, I'll do something like that where it's just some kind of technique or process to start a canvas off with. Yeah, I think a couple of those big canvases, I started off by writing Omizu, like all across the entire thing, all the way down. Like I was a printer, and I would do that, and I kept doing that. I would start over again until it kind of blocked everything out. And if you look close, you can see that it says Omizu, because it's I pretty much took like the graffiti tag and did that all across the canvases. Yeah, it takes, you really got to let go of certain ideas to be able to just kind of, just start painting and letting it go. I mean, I look at it as like, if you see Don Drell doing one of his drawings, you're pretty much doing that, but on a larger scale, and then you just keep going. You just kind of, you're making decisions in the moment. You might not know what, you want to do, but it's like a chess. It's almost like chess, playing chess. You make one move. I mean, playing against yourself. Then the opponent will make a move, and then you make a move. And you just kind of do it like, it's kind of like that. So you're making a choice or a decision at each step. Yeah, if you start small, just start small. And go into it like, with no expectations, pretty much. Don't go into it thinking you're going to make a masterpiece, or don't go into it thinking it's going to be crap. Because it's, you don't even have to show it to people. It's for yourself, if that's what you want to go and try. And the more you do, the better you get at it. Oh, yeah, you plan your chess moves? I can't plan that far out. I don't know chess that well. I know how to move the each piece. And, there's definitely ways to start out. But once I make the first 3 moves, I just kind of go with my intuition. Some people are able to see so many moves ahead and the possibilities that your opponent might take. I can't do that. I guess I don't play enough chess to do that. I haven't played chess in a while. I like the game. I love chess. I had a friend that I used to play Go with. I really liked that game, Go, the Chinese game. Yeah, chess is fun. I mean, it gets your mind working, and it'll, I mean, if you're that type of person, to be able to, man, I don't even know what I'm saying now. Let's just say chess is fun. Have you ever played Go? That's an interesting game. I haven't played that since I played with a friend of mine who passed away a long time ago. What was it, maybe back in 2000, somewhere between 2010 and 2012. Yeah, Go is a very interesting game. If you ever get a chance, check it out. I couldn't tell you how to play again. I'd have to research it. Yeah, he was a really good friend. I think he ended up with like some kind of, was it cancer of the blood, and he just couldn't after a while he just couldn't take it anymore. He killed himself. He tried to, I think he tried to shoot himself. It wasn't, he didn't kill himself that way, but I think over time what he did caught up to him, and then it ended his life. Yeah. He was a very good friend. Yep, got to go to his funeral though. It was nice to see all the people that came out that knew him. He knew a lot of people. He was the type of person, he wouldn't put up with BS, and he would call you out on it. He had no issue calling you out on your BS. And that might turn some people off, but I don't know. But yeah, he was a very interesting person. It's sad that he couldn't hang in there, but you know, it's hard to say, you know, what people have to live with. Yeah, suicide, it's no joke. Especially with younger people. Like, you haven't lived long enough. Like, I know things may seem really hard and stressful in the moment, but typically, if you hang in there, push through it, or just kind of let go and go with it, you know, and experience that pain and struggle, I think you get stronger for it. Yeah, that happens too, you know. That kind of happened with my friend. Is I ended up moving to an outer suburb, kind of more in the rural area of Minnesota, and he was in the city, and I was out there for a few years, so we didn't really have much contact for a while. I would see him here and there, and I was good friends with his girlfriend, but she ended up, he changed quite a bit, I think, because of the pain that he was going through, and he would, I don't think he was physically abusive, but I think he was verbally abusive towards her, and she had enough of it and had to leave him. But she is with somebody that she really loves now, so I'm glad that, you know, she was able to find that for herself. I mean, my friend, his name's Chris. He was a good guy, but I think certain things just affected him too much, and it really changed his outlook on the world. I mean, I couldn't imagine having, I think it's leukemia or some form of blood cancer. I couldn't imagine what that's like at all. And I kind of feel bad that I wasn't there for him. But, you know, people have their lives. They have to live too. So I don't know, maybe one day you guys might end up talking again. All right, where's my image at? Come on here. yeah, maybe, maybe it'll happen if it's meant to be. Sometimes you can reach out and try, and that other person just doesn't want that. So, and it can be hard to accept that, but I try not to push on people. I might be too what would the word be, too distancing or distance. Like I usually kind of stay away from people. My job doesn't allow that though. I need to be accommodating and help people, so which is a good thing. It's helping me to learn how to engage people and different types of people that I might not necessarily want to be around, and accept them for who they are, because not everybody is nice, and they have a right to exist too. So even though they might not be the nicest of persons, but maybe you caught them on a bad day or an off day or something. So I try not to be too judgmental. I used to be very judgmental when I was younger. Not to the point where like I don't want to hang out with you. I just didn't like being around people. I had my friends, the few friends I had, and I would hang out with them, but I preferred being by myself. And then I got married. Never thought I would get married, which I'm glad. I'm happy for. I think Marlo's still in here. Yeah, she's napping in the cat bed. That's good. Stay napping in the cat bed, Marlo. Okay, so I got this area here. There is something here. There is something right here. Something here. And then I think it goes here. Here. Wait, hold on a second. You make sure these angles are right. Okay, skip. I think when you're younger, a lot of us don't know what to be. So you're just kind of trying things on, unless you, like, from a young age, you really knew who you were as a person. Me, I was just a wild and crazy hippie kid and had no idea what I wanted to do, what I wanted to be, other than all I know is I loved making stuff, whether it was drawing or building something with Legos or building something with cardboard or making board games, you know, just coming up with stuff. I knew I wanted to be creative. That's it. Didn't have any aspirations like, oh, I want to be, you know, when I grow up, I want to be an animator, or I'm gonna illustrate, you know, for books or whatever. But ended up in a position where I started doing some of that stuff. Animation, I haven't been able to get back into that, but I really liked that when I was younger. Yeah, I had in high school, most of my schooling, I didn't really have that many friends. I knew people, but I didn't have like close friends. I had a few people that I hung out with, but only in school. Yeah, trying to force yourself to be friends with people, that's not good. A lot of people, some people can sense that, and then they really don't want to be your friend. And I don't understand people who pretend to want to be your friend just to hurt somebody. Yeah, kind of peer pressure kind of thing. Maybe not your peers pressuring you, but you pressuring yourself to do the things that you wouldn't normally do just to be friends. I get that. Especially if you know, if you're a loner, but you kind of want to have some friends, like, you know, it kind of leads one to do things they wouldn't normally do. Yeah, I was kind of like one of those kids that were like the outcast kid. You know, I liked art. I was kind of a weirdo in that sense. Uh, in my preteens, I got into skateboarding, and this was like the late 1980s, and that at that time, people didn't really like skateboarders. Skateboarding it was like people looked at skateboarding like you're a cockroach, like you're all cockroaches, and like, why, you know, coming around and skating on stuff, and they just didn't understand it. And a lot of skaters my age are kind of bitter in that sense, and they have a hard time accepting where skateboarding is right now. But I think they're coming around to it, because skateboarding is always going to be skateboarding. It's about skateboarding. Yeah, it's there's going to be that peer pressure, but if you're the type of person that isn't secure in themselves, that self pressure is always going to win out over the peer pressure, because it's you making the decision to do that. So I knew myself, if I didn't want to do something, I wouldn't do it. So if I had peers that were around, and like, you know, a lot of my friends smoke cigarettes, that never, just because I hung out with them, I never felt like, oh, I need to smoke a cigarette just to be around them. I knew I didn't like smoking cigarettes, so I had no problem. Like, if you don't want to hang out with me because I don't smoke cigarettes, that is perfectly fine with me, because I don't want to hang out with somebody that's trying to pressure somebody to smoke just so that they have a smoking partner. It's like, you smoke because you want to smoke. That's how it should be. And like, I don't need friends like that. I don't think any of my friends were like that. They didn't care. They didn't care if I smoked or not. Sometimes I would still go hang out with them, like, you know, since they banned smoking in like bars and stuff, my friends would always have to go outside to smoke. And sometimes you'd have to go out in the dead of winter. It's freezing below zero. They might have like a little heater set up for them. And sometimes I'd go hang out with them just to be in their company, but it wasn't like, oh, I need to be smoking a cigarette. Now, being around people who are all smoking cigarettes can be a little harsh on a person that is sensitive to the cigarette smoke, but when you're out there and below minus whatever, zero, or and I know I'm speaking the Fahrenheit system, not Celsius. Yeah, you don't want to be out there smoking cigarettes too long. So they'd smoke their one cigarette and then come back into the bar. Yeah, it helps. You feel like you're not alone. Hey, congratulations. You got it all done. Does that mean you have to review your homework now? Or you're completely done? So you must be pretty confident in your French then. Oh, okay. Yeah, I wonder if it makes it easier or harder to learn a language if you're not um, able to write it too. I'd feel like I'd had a disadvantage if I can only write it or only read it or speak it. You use one of those, what is it, language apps to train or practice? I know there's some people that do that, use those. I just get so distracted at times I forget if I start one of those. Sorry, I always end up holding the canvas a little more vertical because when I paint, I'm so used to painting like this on an easel. I even draw on my iPad like this. I'll have my iPad vertical instead of down here, and I'll draw on it like this. It's way more comfortable for me. You have a regular French test in a few weeks too. We had French speaking tests the last 2 years. Oh, okay. I feel like having that access to those type of tools help a little bit, especially if you don't have somebody around that is fluent in the language that you can speak with. But that might be a testament to getting out there and making friends, finding people that speak other languages that you want to learn. Oh, okay. I figure that's how it usually works, is that you want to be well-rounded, so they're going to teach you it all. Schools usually work that way. It's only when you're out on your own, making your own decisions, like, oh, I don't care about writing or reading it. I just want to learn how to speak it and understand it. But if you go to another country and everything's in that language, how are you supposed to read anything? Like, oh, okay. So you try to speak with them in their language, if you can, unless it's Dondrell's stream or chat, and he tells you to cool it down because you're speaking another language. I get it. Where is this blue that I need? Right here. You don't do like the basics, like, hello, how are you doing? I'm so and so. I mean, I should take my own advice as far as doing that with Japanese. I don't know if I would ever make it over to Japan. Things would have to change quite a bit economically for my wife and me, for us to, because I wouldn't want to just go by myself. I definitely want her to come along. And then with all the animals that we have, it would be hard to travel. Like, I can't imagine trying to leave all our cats with somebody for a certain amount of time just to go somewhere else. Yeah, when they're fluent in the language and they're speaking their normal pace, sometimes it's hard for me to keep up because I'm thinking about the words instead of just listening to them. Because sometimes you can figure out what somebody's saying just by the tone of their words, even if you don't understand them. That would be a good thing to learn, is a language's slang. Because most people aren't going to speak formally. And I think that's what you kind of get in schools, is like the formal way of speaking. But when you get out on the streets, people are going to use all kinds of different, like, slang or euphemisms or phrases that may be common to that informal world. Because Japanese is like a very formal language or culture, but it does have its, like, it's, I don't like using the term street, but informal way of speaking. And that's basically the common, I would say, the common language for each language. Yeah, you have to test yourself somehow, though. And then knowing that stuff, because most people aren't going to be so formal. Maybe older folks. Like here in America, everybody's going to be talking some kind of slang. Yeah, casual. But older folks, they might not. So they're going to speak more formally. Or what they consider normal. I am, like, not sure if this is straight or not. Yeah, I wasn't in school. I was, like, not very good in English class. But now I like looking up words. I like kind of trying to figure out the language more, or understanding words usage. Yeah, you do what you want to do. Sometimes you end up in a situation where it's necessary, and it kind of forces you, so it makes it easier in that sense. And others, if you never get around people that speak, those languages, it just it's harder. Just because you don't use it, unless you're the type of person that retains the information very well and never forgets. I think I did the wrong section. This should have been up here. Oh man, that's why it was throwing me off. This part should have been blue. That's all right. It's paint. You can paint right over it. Just paint right over it. Yeah, paint, you can always paint over it. Sometimes if it's more textural, like the surface is more textured, it could be a lot harder. But it depends on how and what you're trying to paint. Like if it's abstract and you're using a lot of texture, depending on if there's a certain type of surface feel that you're trying to create, I don't know if that would make it harder to change. Whereas this is all flat. So if this was all textured and it might make it a little harder to paint an image like this. Because I know some people that'll do like a base kind of texture, either with a brush or a sponge or something, and then paint over that. That could be difficult to change stuff. Most people that paint like this really want a smooth, flat surface. Canvas can be a problem with it being smooth. Because there's the tooth or the canvas weave, and that's a certain texture. So sometimes I'll see little pinholes within the paint because I get kind of anal about the gradients being perfect, and it's like it's not going to be that way unless I put so much time into it that I don't want to put more time into something that definitely doesn't need it. One of these days I'll do an oil painting stream. Maybe just strictly oil. There'll be some streams, like if I jump back on to doing my wildflower series, I'll be using all types of different type of paint. So I like doing those because that's something that I don't usually see on YouTube. So yeah, I'd really like to get back on doing the flowers. And if you go back into my live streams, my early ones, you'll see me working on the first 12 or set of 12 of those wildflowers. And they're just little 8 by 8 inch square canvases. I'd like to do them on a larger scale. They were kind of, it's kind of a precursor to doing large scale paintings. I just don't have the space. Yeah, that's fine. You know, I don't expect people to go back and look at my old streams. I've only been streaming that stuff for maybe a year. Maybe it's been a year. Maybe I started this past spring. I think maybe spring is when I started because I got super lazy during the winter season last year and I didn't do anything. Only because my actual painting space is in my living room and it's a bigger space and it gets a lot colder out there in the winter time. And I didn't want to work out there, but so I'm in my my wife calls our second bedroom. I guess you could call it a guest bedroom, but it's been turned into the laundry room. And I have my computer set up in here, and it's only been, I think, since I started this painting, where I started painting in here and streaming it on using the OBS. but those earlier streams I was just streaming just using the phone, and I was out there painting on my desktop, like my art table, and I would just set the camera up and stream from my phone versus using the streaming software. And so I think I only discovered the streaming software, I think it was late spring, and I was doing more digital stuff, like digital drawing. I was doing these illustrations for a kids book. I was working with some people, and they needed an illustrator, and they found me, and so I've been illustrating their second book, and right now I'm waiting to hear back from them. Yeah, I have streams of those. If you go back a little bit, you'll see me working on it's called The Little Red Puppy, and this will be the first book is out right now. Came out last April. Now we're doing the second book. I did the cover. I did the working sketches for the second book, so I'm kind of waiting to hear back from the publisher and the authors whether to change those or to go ahead with those and do the finished drawings. Sorry, I'm being distracted by my other iPad. Yeah, there's some streams where I do some digital painting too. All right, Whisper, thanks for stopping through. I appreciate you hanging out with me. Yeah, get some rest. I hope you get some good rest and are able to start your day well when you get up. Yeah, thanks again. I really appreciate it. I mean, it's nice to not feel like nobody's watching or hanging out with you. But you take care, and I hope to see you again soon. Man, it's almost been about 2 hours. It's about to hit the hour and 45-minute mark here. So I'm going to keep going until the wife wants to do lunch. But I'm not sure what time she is off from work. Let's see if there's anything else going on right now. Ooh, live stream a view of Beirut skyline. Ooh, that sounds a little depressing. Live outside New York court as hearing is held for Sean Diddy Combs case. That sounds even more depressing. Electric State. A lot of creators on. Okay. Ooh. New York graffiti artist RD357 posted a video. Looks like he's got a t-shirt of his tag. Interesting. The Lost Cyan, Manganese Blue. Manganese Blue is making a comeback. And that is Dirty Blue too, but I don't know. Oh, our boy Travis Prince is live streaming right now. Let's paint along with Travis. This blue is a little too bright. We need more black. Our black dried out. I think my wife is off at 4, if I'm correct in that. Yep. So we got another hour before we're probably gonna do lunch or late lunch. So I will be sticking it out here. Oh, love when you accidentally hit your canvas with the brush. Marlo's still sleeping. Marlo's still in the bed, hanging out in the cat bed. AI hitting a wall. Company's not making money. That's terrible. It's AI like NFTs. They're hyped up too much. Sneezy cat over there. Sneezy cat. Actually, I'm going to turn the heat on because now I'm feeling a little cold. OpenAI will control your browser. Interesting. Letting them control your browser. I mean, it probably does that already. I need more of the cobalt blue and more of the purple. can't be afraid to use the paint. Don't be afraid to use the paint. As I just dab out a little bit of paint. Depends on what you're doing, though. If you're doing something like this, you don't need to dab out a glob of paint. I guess you could always mix your colors beforehand. And if you know how much you need, you can mix up that amount. I like mixing on the fly, which has advantages, but also its disadvantages, because you might be slightly inconsistent with your mix. So that means your image might not be as consistent as far as color is concerned. But I think the more you do it, the better you get at being able to recognize and mix the same color. Okay, what am I doing here? I need this blue. What is going on here? Oh, I'm Painting Badly is going live in 30 minutes. Is that 1800 seconds is 30 minutes? Google machine says 30 minutes. Yep. I have tons of new disgusting content on the way. Okay. Listen, if I want explicit stuff, you should update your oily fans for us. Yep. Starting painting around 3:30. I might switch over to that as far as what I'm listening to when that hits. But right now I am focused on Travis Prince. Where's my image? I gotta go back to it. Corey, stop getting distracted. Excuse me. US and China creating guidelines as far as AI. Interesting. I'm sure Trump will have something to say about that once he gets into office. We're gonna boycott. Elon Musk will be in his ear. Don't let China get involved. We need to stay in control of AI. Good luck, guys. I don't think anybody's in control of AI. ChatGPT outperforming doctors when they were given access to ChatGPT to use. That's weird. Well, I'm sure it's not going to be foolproof. AI being able to diagnose your problems over doctors, but it's not like doctors are perfect, so maybe AI will be a lot better. You're moving into the future. And the future is humans being more reliant on technology. This is one of the reasons why I like listening to Travis, because he'll play content concerning things that I'm interested in. So, not that I agree with everything they say or he says, but it's a good source. Oh, hey, Harmon. Sorry I missed you. I don't know if you're still there. I didn't mean to be so engrossed in what I was doing and what I was listening to that I missed somebody in chat. Don't mean to ignore anybody. But if you're still there, hope you're doing well. Hope your day's going good. What is AGI? I think it's a mall. Alright, I need to plug in this again. Why did I not have it? Okay. Now it's getting too hot. Ah. Oh, yes, right here. This is another area I missed. Okay. So. Oh man, so. Darn it. My light blue. My light blue. Holy one. That's a little loud. Whew, man. Steady, steady, steady. Alright, hold on, guys. Wife is calling me. Needs a nightgown. I'll be right back. Marno. Are you done? Oh boy, where was I? Darn it. Darn it, darn it, darn it. Alright guys, I gotta check my wife. I think my wife sent me a message here. Apps for lunch. Sounds good. So I will be putting some apps on. Okay, apps on. So okay guys, let me take a quick break to put the apps on. I'll be back then to keep painting until the apps are done and my wife is off. So where is my, here it is. Okay, until then I am going to put a cover on my palette, and we will put on the break screen. How about you can change this? How do we change this? Oh, here we go. Not 30 to 40 minutes, like I said. 15. Making lunch. All right, there we go. All right, guys. All right, guys. Let's. I'm turning this off now. Turn the light off for now. We got our water. We cover our water. Alright guys, so be back in about 15. in my chair. You're in my chair. Zato, she is in my chair. Zato, no, that. There's no room up for on here for Zato. Unless we move stuff. If we move stuff, then there's room for Zato. Okay, Zato. We can move some stuff for you. So you have a little space to hang out. But Marlo is in my chair, so that means there you go, Zato. You got that space. You want your bed, or you just want to chill right there? All right, guys. I don't know if that was 15 minutes, possibly, but we are back. So in about 30 minutes, that's where the stream was going to end, and we'll be eating. Let me fix my camera so you guys can catch what I'm doing. There we go. Got our palette back up here. Zato's got his space. Marlo. Do we need to let Marlo out? Marlo. Marlo. No. Marlo, you can stay. How about you, Zat? You want your bed? You want your bed? There. Zato's got his bed. We are... Okay, I'm going to open the window again. Or the blinds. I don't understand how this works. So. Okay, how about... There we go. Okay. Now it's not as dark, but it's not bright. So, let's see. I had to push this back because Zato wanted to be up here. So my reference screen is back. Had to move back a little bit. Okay, and then okay, no. There we go. Okay, we got our timer going. We got our reference. Got our paint going. a cat. What's that?
You guys go away from UKG, or I'm sorry, go away from Chronos and start using UKG.
Yeah. Been using it for a while. set for the.
Okay, did you set it on your phone too?
Yep. Go on. Go. Get out of here. Alright, Zato's on the chair. Alright, guys. We're gonna keep plugging away until the buzzer goes off. Where's my reference? 17 minutes is what it's saying. Okay, Zato. Alrighty, let's try and mess with these now. Okay, so oh, I hope I didn't tag my camera. Nope, I tagged the edge of it. Got some paint on there. Yep, painted my phone, but it didn't hit the lens, so we are okay on that. Excuse me. Excuse me. Uh-oh. Looks like the chat was disconnected, but reconnected. Oh shit, you guys can't even see what I'm working on. The chat disconnected? No. Don't disconnect my chat. Why are you doing that? Yep, sorry guys. Chat disconnected. They don't want you to post anything. Okay, so we have... sorry, I'm sniffling. I need to blow my nose. Blow my nose. Sidetracked. How about use that? Okay, we got that. Just as long as he doesn't blow his nose on my painting. Okay, so we need, yeah, we'll start off with this darker bit. And we'll start on this side. So, no, that's not dark enough. Not dark enough. You get some more black in here. A little more blue. A little more of our cobalt. Let's see if that is the right. So we got this here. We got this here. Got little bits here and there. We got this one here. We got, okay, so that's coming out a little more here. There's our timer. Alright guys, whoops. Oh man, I really want to. Alright, okay, sorry guys. I gotta wrap it up because the stuff's in there going off. But hopefully I'll be back on after we eat and I can keep going because we're getting so close. So close. So close. I'm hoping by tomorrow's, the end of tomorrow, I'll have this done. Oh, it's been almost 3 hours and 20 minutes. I know there was a break in there while I put the stuff on. And there was some talking, chit-chatting, but yeah, we're going to end it right there. Appreciate Whisper and Harmon coming through, dropping some lines in chat. I appreciate y'all, and I hope y'all have a good evening or day wherever you're at, and until next time, peace.